All right, man. The Detroit Pistons have conducted second interviews. But first, we're going to talk about M.A. Udoka getting hired by the Houston Rockets. I don't think the Pistons interviewed M.A. Udoka. Didn't even know he interviewed with the Rockets. Um, they didn't even know he interviewed with the Rockets, but he did. I mean, it is what it is. Um, I just felt like real quick that what happened in the front office of one of their GMs. He had a similar situation to M.A. Udoka, and they let him go. I don't think the Pistons could have took that chance took that chance. Now, had that GM not did that, I think he would have been a hire. You got to remember that he was a finalist last time for the job with John Beeline and Dwayne Casey, and I was pushing for M.A. Udoka. They wanted to go with Dwayne Casey because he had experience with a win now team, and also he quote unquote had experience help developing Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan, which we seen that was just them working hard and just figuring it out. Okay, but yeah, I mean, shit, it is what it is. We wouldn't end up with Kay Cunningham. I thought he was a great fit for this team. Obviously, Houston Rockets felt the same way about their franchise. He was a great fit. I thought Nick Nurse might go down there and get the job or whatever. I thought MAU may be going up to Toronto or Masai Ujiri. Maybe he didn't want to go to Toronto because of the taxes and lifestyle up there. And Toronto's a nice city. I've been up there, many, many years ago. It's a nice city, dude. It's cold though, but he was in Boston. So yeah, man, congratulations to Ime Udoka, man. Hopefully he learned from his mistakes. I mean, we all make mistakes. Like I said before, they say forgiveness is not for them, it's for you to move on and let go. So I mean, it's to me personally, I don't have no problem with forgiving people. But for me, it's just like I'm not gonna forget though. I just like to see the good in people. Sometimes that can hurt you. Sometimes that can hurt you though. But congratulations to him, and hopefully he can make it work down there for the Houston Rockets um, and all that stuff. So I know a lot of people was disappointed. Mark Jackson didn't get a look. I didn't really I understand why. It is what it is. Part of the reasons why is why Tim Hardaway Senior took him a long time to. It took him a long time to get into the Hall of Fame because of some remarks he made. And it's kind of the same reason why China got an issue with us too. A lot of people don't know about that. So I mean, this shit, it is what it is. You know, but but yeah, some guy they doing second interviews, and it's just like we reported last time. These gonna be the next three candidates. One of these guys is gonna be the head coach. Like I said, I don't know much about any of these guys other than what Kevin Ollie did at UConn and his story on how he ended up suing UConn for wrongful termination. They did some internal interviews, which I mean, you ever get a business, man. I think that those are pivotal to try to hire within in the company. I think people start giving you respect and prestige when you do that. A lot of people maybe to try the job out or get the interview, because just because Dwayne Casey had a certain point of view, it doesn't mean that his assistant coaches felt the same way. So you just want to make sure you get it right. But one of the three guys gonna be your next head coach. Now, there's also some rumors that Jaron Collins might be the man to beat. He might be the man to beat in this whole thing. He had a twin brother in the National Basketball Association. I didn't even know he was coaching. Maybe he might, maybe I don't know. I can't say nothing. Only person I really know about is Kevin Ollie. I remember him as a player, and I remember him as a player, man. Solid dude. You kind of wonder, did they kind of, reach out to Chauncey and try to, kind of make a deal with Portland for Chauncey, whatever. But like I said about Tom Gores, he don't have no connection with the former Pistons. None. And that's the issue with all of them. You know what I'm saying? No connection. That's a big issue going around. So, so he don't really care nothing about that though. But and that's the issue because, connections to former Pistons is going to be kind of the key. It's kind of going to be the key to winning the championship because Detroit, two times with two different eras, with three championships, with two times with two different eras, they found the remedy for breaking through as a small market to win a championship. And I know somebody said, well, you got to stop looking at Detroit as a small market. It is a small market because the NBA only see Boston and LA and wherever LeBron James, Michael Jordan at as a big market. That's what they see, and that's what I'm talking about. So obviously, it's three black guys that's up for a head coach. I think that might have to do with being able to resonate with the players. Kind of seen that with Ma Udoka and you kind of seen that with Ma Udoka and I feel like you kind of seen that with Ma Udoka in Boston. He was able to reach out to some of those players in a way that Brad Stevenson couldn't. So I think my whole thing is this. I like what Triple D's that Troy Weaver laid out for his next coach: defense, development, and discipline. That's perfect. That's perfect. I don't think you got a team full of guys who think they know it all and smart asses and all that type stuff. I think you got some coachable guys that just need a fence around the yard for some structure. That's what I think. And if you had to ask me the other inner workings of what let's read this real quick. Inner workings that they need, I'm gonna get to that. So it's the Detroit Pistons conducted second interviews of the prospective head coaches, with three coaches getting interviews according to Adrian Wojnarowski's. The Milwaukee Bucks associate head coach Charles Lee is one of the candidates getting the second interview with the Pistons. He's a former professional player. He's currently 38 years old. Spent most of his playing career in Israel and Europe. Charles Lee played college basketball at Bucknell and returned as an assistant coach to the program in 2012, then joined the Atlanta Hawks coaching staff in 2014 before joining the Bucks staff in 2018. He stayed there until now, hopes to land a job with the Pistons. Former overtime elite coach, that's the premium G League coach with all the young hot shots that come through the G League. Jalen Green, what's the kid over there that played with the Pelicans too? Got drafted first round, a bunch of them. Kevin Ollie is the second coach in the running that is getting a second round interview. He was previously the head coach of UConn, won the national championship in 2014 and went downhill for Ollie after the championship. The Huskies missed the tournament the next season. Then he returned in 2016 as the ninth seed. Then the Huskies went under 500 the next two seasons, leading him to be fired from the job. He went to work for over. Well, that's not why he got fired. He got fired because they said he broke some sanction rules. That's why he got fired. They said he broke some NCAA sanction rules, and it was proved that he didn't break the sanctioning rules. He was wrongly accused, and he won $11 million for mediation. So that's what happened. He didn't get fired for losing. So let's get it right, Clutch Points. Love y'all, but let's get it right. Maybe that's why they tried to get him out of there so they didn't have to pay him no money. So they might be telling, but the facts are what I said. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. That's what's going on. So yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. But that's the guy I know the most of from his playing career and all that type of stuff. But hopefully they figure out the best candidate. But right now they saying that Jaron Collins, and I'm about to get to him in a minute. He may be the leader in the clubhouse, and eventually it was supposed to be Charles Lee. It was supposed to be Charles Lee, but now it's looking like Jaron Collins is the name. It's the name that's the hot shot name out there. So, very interesting. He's a center, He wasn't a good player. Him and his brother wasn't shit. I think they went to Stanford too, just like the Lopez twins. But that's what it is. Everybody ain't can play. So I don't have an insert. So Jaren Collins is a former NBA player from 2001 to 2011 as a head coach. Jaren Collins was the Golden State Warriors coaching staff from 2014 to 2021. He joined the New Orleans Pelicans staff for 2021. And now is interviewing for a head coaching role. So, I mean, just as long as they get it right at this point, this is when the clock starts. This is when the clock starts for the Detroit for Troy Weaver. This is when the clock starts. So the Collins brothers got great character. I mean, you don't hear nothing bad about them. I want to say they went to Stanford too. Yeah, they both went to Stanford. He's from Northridge, LA, California, so Los Angeles. And right now they kind of saying like, dude, he the dude to watch. And I love to see these guys getting opportunities, former players, no matter what color they are, getting opportunities to coach in this league. I think it's a beautiful thing. Um, um, So, they said Detroit Pistons, Jaren Collins is an early name to watch. So it says that Jaren Collins didn't have a spectacular career as a player in the NBA as a second round pick turned role player, but he did play parts of 11 seasons, 8 of which were under Jerry Sloan, one of the best coaches of all time. We can agree there. Aaron Keller stress. Collins has worked as a scout for the Clippers and player development for the Warriors, who then promoted him to assistant coach. Collins was on the coaching staff of 3 title teams, so he's been a part of a winning organization. Learned from Steve Kerr. The Warriors' offense gets most of attention, but they won titles behind their defense in an area where Detroit Pistons need a vast improvement. For the last 2 seasons, Collins has been coaching as an assistant under Willie Green in New Orleans. Green is also a rising young star in the coaching ranks, from Detroit, by the way, Cooley High, UAD, Trey Mercy. And the Pelicans have assembled one of the best assistant coaching staff in the league. Collins, along with Teresa Weatherspoon, shout out to Teresa Weatherspoon, Fred Vinson, and Mike D'Antoni. Collins has been learning from and coaching alongside the best coaches in the game, and knows what it takes to be a championship team, and will bring a new approach and hopefully revamp roster. He may not be a big name some fans are hoping for, but he's got the kind of credentials Detroit Pistons are looking for the next head coach. And that being said, they are right. He wasn't a superstar player, so he couldn't really rely on his physical gifts to get by. So usually players of his caliber usually make great coaches. They usually make great coaches. So yeah, man. I mean, I don't care how big the name is, or whatever. Just as long as it's the right pick. That's all I care about. As long as it's the right pick. So hopefully it's the right pick. So that's all you saying. Hopefully it's the right pick. And Jaren Collins, like he broke it down. So and offensively, the Pistons need a lot of help offensively. Everybody looking defensively, but they need a lot of help offensively. So don't sleep on that aspect of it. They need a lot of help offensively. It's a lot of things. So they had good offense, good ball movement, cutting and facilitating. So he got some some offensive things to work with too. He got some offensive things to work with, so they need both. Just as much as they need defense, they need offense. So, and some offensive creativity, and being under Steve Kerr, I think you kind of get that, the Phil Jackson, Popovich ball movement and all that type stuff, and I think that's what they need. So, defense is the most important when you're in Detroit, but offensively, especially if they're gonna add some young guys in the draft, they're gonna have to learn to play with each other. So he made Jaren Collins sound really, really good right there. And ultimately, he might want to give Aaron Callister some bread, man. So we'll see, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Piston Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Link tree, the first link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.